Hey guys, this is John here in Los Angeles with the Alpha Channel update for Wednesday, September 18th, 2024. And I thought about what I've been doing with these little promotions, for the CG stuff. Starlight Cats and Death Sting being on two separate days. I don't know if that's fair to the books. Maybe they deserve their own day. But then this way they get 2 days, but maybe they deserve their own thumbnail. So Fiendish, we're not going to look at Fiendish today, not at the art, not at the story. We're going to save that. Today we're going to take a second look at Jhonen the Homicidal Maniac number 1, and we're going to do Jhonen the Homicidal Maniac number 2. But before we do, we're going to look at the Yggdrasil deck. This is the box, big, heavy-duty, magnetic, pull-open box with a book and one of these fancy ribbons, even though I'm not using it, to get the cards out. Lay this ribbon in, see, like this. And you set the cards in on top of it, like so. And yeah. And then the book. It's a nice deck. Today's card is Ask, the First Man. I believe Embla is the first woman, and these are trees, the ash and ember tree. Or ash and elm tree, I don't know. But Ask the First Man, that's what this is. Kind of like the Fool, but we're pretty deep into the deck. Not high enough contrast for the black and white here. And let's get right into it. Yesterday, on the first Sideways Jhonen the Homicidal Maniac bit, I neglected to explain the story. I'm going to skip explaining the wobbly-headed Bob stories because they're a little sideways, as it is. But I am going to explain the Jhonen the Homicidal Maniac wacky story. If I can find it. Here we go. In this one, Johnny's in like a coffee shop or some sort of shop, and some waitress says, "Boy, I'm glad my son doesn't look like you. You just look wacky." And everyone keeps telling him he's wacky. And so he murders all of them. And the newscast later on that night describes the whole mess as just wacky. And of course, this drives him insane. Johnny is a tortured soul. He does not want to be murdering all these people. Here's Psycho Doughboy on the back. Noodle Bunny and Psycho Doughboy are Johnny's angel and devil on his shoulders. And here he is negotiating with a captive. He's got this guy locked up here. And this guy's having a rational conversation with Johnny about does he need to kill him and all the different ways that Johnny's plagued and the demons and this and that. And does he have to kill him? And the only thing Johnny is consistent about is that this guy is going to die. He has to keep the wall wet because something's trying to push through. And I just love it. Johnny's totally conflicted. Everything is up in the air. He's going to commit suicide. But the one thing he's sure about is that you need to die. This is, if you combine the Tick, the Crow, and Casey Jones from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, still would not be as cool as Jhonen the Homicidal Maniac. This one is a guy out to dinner with Debbie. Debbie is this semi-attractive goth girl he's having a conversation with. And meanwhile, his guts are twisted up. Something he ate earlier that day has really messed with his digestive tract. And he's about to lose it in his seat. And Debbie's having a great conversation. She's enjoying herself. She's charming. But he eventually loses it. Blows a couple gaskets. The people at the next tables are commenting about the stench. And then he gets up and runs out screaming, "Oh my God, someone put shit in my pants." This is the most hilarious. Look, Jhonen Zasquez is everything independent comics should be. Everything independent comics should be. And I'm getting to see the cover in the back and you guys aren't. Oh my God, somebody put shit in my pants. And I love that these are all just little short stories, little 2 to 3 pages with their own titles. And I love that on the Noodle Boy ones, he does this big bit where you got to try and read the graffiti around the outside of the story. No, this one doesn't have it. There's one coming up that has it. There's all kinds of little odds and ends. You really have to work to read this, but it's so much fun and it's worth it. It is absolutely worth it. In this one, Johnny's got a whole group of people he's killing one at a time, and they're all waiting. It's fucking brilliant. And then we see what he's doing in here. And I believe that the gag is that he's exhausted because he's burnt out because of all the screaming. He just needs a pair of earbuds or earplugs. And the amazing thing is that this was made in the 90s. Oh, here we go with the sideways one where there's all the writing around the outside. What happens in this one? Yeah, he's just killing a guy. Now here, Johnny is on a date with Devi. These two are hanging out, this is what it looks like by my place. I'm sure it's what it looks like down in Costa Mesa where Jhonen Zasquez is from. I believe that's where he's from. But yeah, he's having a date with Debbie. They're having a great time. And she's super happy that he's not crapped himself. But Johnny has other problems. And so he goes into the other room right as she kind of makes a move on him. See, they're getting a little intimate down here. And he goes to consult with Psycho Doughboy and Noodle Bunny. And when Debbie comes to check on him, he's got his knives. This is the most cathartic comic I've ever read. And Debbie fucking mule kicks him to the teeth. Side thrust kick. She's the only one to escape. Smashes his head into a mirror and gets out of the house. What happens on the next page? Oh, more wobbly-headed Bob. Bob's funny. He's a cute interstitial. We haven't seen Filler Bunny yet. He comes in the next issues. But here we go. Johnny goes to the 7-Eleven. And they turned off the slushy machine at 2 o'clock. And it's like 2:40. And Johnny's not having it. And he blows the guy's head off. Johnny never says no. This morning, I caught a guy out robbing the cars right out by my house. And if I had had my gun with me, I might be in jail today for murder. Because he started talking shit. And he was driving a really nice red and black Camaro. A very uniquely painted red and black Camaro. And if I ever see him again, I will murder him. Mexican fuck. I believe he stole a shop vac from the bed of one of my neighbor's trucks. I can't wait to become a murderer. The circumstances are coming. They're coming hard for me. I know they are. I don't think God's going to let me get through this life without taking someone's life. I hope so. I've gotten this far. But things are getting sideways. Things are getting sideways, and I set my line in the sand a long time ago, and I'm not backing down from it. So, much like you guys leaving, and we are wrapping up. We are sponsored by The Legacy of a Mad Scientist, Legend of Ashley Fox, in which Ashley Fox takes on corrupt government agents and psychopathic serial killers preying on children. Audiobooks here on YouTube that you can listen to or download regular novels from Amazon or Smashwords. We also have a comic book here in the description, PDF, as well as a bunch of other links in the description. Good stuff. Go waste your time. There has been some nonsense going on. What have I seen? Trump got shot at again. No one's shooting at anyone on the left, which they should be. We should be assassinating people on the left and right. But we're not. We haven't started yet. When we do it, we're going to put on uniforms and we're going to round you all up at once. And there'll be trials. It'll be orderly. It won't be loons trying to assassinate people from the bushes. It'll be proper arrest warrants. And what else is going on? A whole bunch of stuff, but none of it means anything. It feels like everyone's waiting for the next thing to happen. Waiting for the other shoe to drop. You know, the assassination attempt in July was the first one, and it feels like everyone's been walking on eggshells since. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. There's a lot of stuff up in the air that hasn't come down yet, is what it feels like. So, yeah. All right. Talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye.